Wow, welcome back to Comics with Drew, and I am the what's the word? The eponymous. I'm the Drew that the stream's about. So that's what I am. So yeah, no, that's my stream. I'm Drew. Welcome back to Comics with Drew, and I am Drew. And so now, yes, thank you, you too, for sending that email that I'm now live. So anyway, um, I'm sorry I have not been doing a lot of videos lately, and it's not because I don't want to or that I don't have material. It's just that I have been really busy. So, and my particular day job is intellectually taxing. I'll give you, I'll put it that way. So, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really, I haven't had the energy, the mental energy to actually sit down and record some videos. And I've got like 4 different videos I need to record. So I do have a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm probably going to record at least one tonight. So there should be a new standard video out tomorrow. But in the meantime, this is just another draw stream. This is draw stream number 4 for Dark Variance. So, I've been talking about this comic for a very long time, and how I've had these ideas. And it's funny because people talk about all the time the fact that they've got an idea or they got a project, and they go on social media and they talk about it. And by the way, if I've been listening to some of the playback of some of these streams, and I sound like I'm in a milk container that no longer has milk. So let me know if you think the audio sucks on this, and I'll see if I can't come up with some alternative um, methods for recording. So I don't know what it is about the live stream. People, let me check. Let me make sure that this is using the right mic here. Let's go to settings. Let's go to audio. No, it's using the correct one. So got echo, stereo, automatically adjust. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's got the right, it's using the right things. It's using the AirPods. So usually it just sounds so much better in person. Even when I'm recording videos. Actually, you know what? I record videos off the phone, and the phone's mic actually works better, weirdly enough. That explains a lot. So, you know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna switch up right now. I'm going to get a headset on and see if that alleviates some of the nonsense, just for testing purposes. Okay, this is an extension. Cool. All right. Alrighty. Nothing beats being live. That is the truth. And where did that mic go? I promise you this actually is a draw stream. Complete with awesome sound effects. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Also not what I'm looking for. Well, you know what? I might be stuck with the current audio setup, so. Yeah, we're stuck with the AirPods right now, unfortunately. Anyway, so I was working on this page last week, and as you can see, I've done a little bit more information or a little bit more drawing, and I was actually kind of worried that this wasn't, up to standards, and something that I'm constantly concerned about as an artist is drawing something that I think looks good, but in actuality looks like trash. And that's just one of those things that, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you wake up in the middle of the night. Does this look all right, or does it not look all right? Does this look too derivative? My wife was looking at this and she was saying that she, Sweet Cakes, uh, which honestly, this is Sweet Cakes Dark Variance mode. It's not Sweet Cakes. Actually, is a nice, pretty cute bunny in his regular mode, his regular form. But when he gets triggered to turn into beast mode, he actually can. He looks like this. But anyway, my wife is saying that it looked like he was on fire. I'm like, yeah, yeah, but once you color it, it's not going to be on fire. It's gonna look like it's just crazy rabbit fur, which is kind of what I was looking for. And then I started working on his feet here, and because he's basically a gigantic alligator bunny crossover, I started drawing his hind legs, which are actually alligator feet. So alligator feet, which honestly, to tell you the truth, it's funny because I'm born and raised. I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. Okay, and I've seen my fair share of alligators, but I've never actually focused. And actually, I went to the University of Florida. And if you're not familiar with the University of Florida, the campus has a big lake on it. It's a swampy lake on campus at the University of Florida, and it has alligators all over it. And so, as you're walking to class or walking to a football game and you're walking along the park that goes along the lake, it is not uncommon to see an actual alligator there. And sometimes if you're walking, I remember I was going to a football game one time and I was going over this footbridge and there was this 3 foot alligator that was just chilling out in this little kind of canal under this footbridge. It was pretty crazy. But anyway, but the reason I say all that is like I've seen so many alligators. I've never actually drawn an alligator foot, believe it or not. And it's just something that it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, the first alligator foot I'm ever drawing is on a giant rabbit. So anyway, so I told you guys, I promised you that I would be drawing a hot babe today, and I am going to draw a hot babe. But I wanted to show you the current progress. So anyway, this character is not a main character. He's just he's a slacker scientist that's at the lab, and I have a whole lead up to this kind of situation. It's actually kind of like a bit of a Jurassic Park kind of situation where he's intently focused on what he's working on, and but then he sees like kind of like some kind of indicator that something's wrong, and then there's he looks over, he looks up and then he rolls his chair out like this, and there's Sweet Cakes, Dark Variance, and very very terrifying. So actually, you know, I was looking at this. You know, I've got his mouth pretty well developed up here, but I don't have it developed up here. So anyway, by the way, it's not a Dark Variance draw stream. It's not a Drew's draw stream. Drew drawing dramatically Dark Variance without trying out a new soda. So today's contestant for trying out a new soda is Mountain Dew Baja Gold with a blast of natural artificial pineapple flavor. So I have never had this, so I'm going to try it out right now. And I wonder if this is going to be the first Mountain Dew that I try live on stream that I actually decide that I'm going to drink all the way. I just don't know if that's going to be the case. So hold on just a second. Let me check something out here. Extra camera. See what you're. Oh, no, I can't do an extra camera. Ah. So apparently that is an upgraded feature for StreamYard. I should look into extra cameras. So I can't do it. You're not gonna see my facial expression, but I am gonna do it. So just give me a second here. Crack this open. Pineapple Mountain Dew. Weird. Okay. All right. You know, a lot of these Baja flavors, they're supposed to be Mountain Dew, but in point of fact, they tend to not really be all that different from just pineapple juice or mango juice. So that's what the Baja Gold feels like. It feels a lot like just uh, carbonated pineapple juice. so I'll give that a 5 out of, yeah, I'll give that a 6 out of 10. It doesn't taste bad. It's just not all that impressive. So we're going to work a little bit more on this particular page. So it's funny. I used to draw a lot when I was doing web comics, and you know what? I'd come home and I'd start listening to some music and drawing. And there's nothing quite like just like getting your favorite music and just drawing while you're listening to music. It's so much more relaxing, and I've forgotten how therapeutic it is, because to tell you the truth, it's like you want to feel your art, and when you can feel your art, it you can feel it better when you actually have music. It's kind of like you're putting together a music video, kind of. It's almost like your art is literally speaking to you. The music that you're listening to is visually being accompanied by what you're drawing. So it's a lot of fun. So if you've never done, if I can learn how to speak today, if you've never done it before, you should try it. Definitely recommend it. So we're gonna do a little bit more finishing up here. I think a couple more teeth are appropriate, and it's required here. So we're going to, yeah, let's do that. I always find the scariest fangy things are when you have interlocking teeth that are all the way around, so they kind of lock you in. Those are the scariest kinds of monster mouths that I personally think are available for reference. All right, so my wife was telling me that this looked good, but I reached out to an artist that I respect, someone whose footsteps I hope to follow with a successful launch of a book, and that's Joe Catalpano, and I owe him a review for his Star Circuit, which is stuck to my bookshelf, the poster that came with it. So I will be doing that. I promise I will do a Star Circuit review this week for sure. I will do an Oblivion song review, and I will also do the Star Circuit review, and I will also do a review for Hunter Ninja Bear, which is a crowdfunding comic that you can currently back on Kickstarter. So one of the hard things to do with furry things is knowing quite where to stop for the rendering, and it's difficult because of the fact that you you don't really have an opportunity to, you can overdo it. I'll put it that way. So it's something that can be overdone, and you don't really want to overdo it, because once it gets too busy, it gets too visually difficult. That's actually, it's one of the reasons why I didn't really like Marvel comic books in the '90s. I know, sacrilegious. A lot of the Marvel work, and as opposed to the DC comics in the '90s, had a lot of extremely visually dynamic things, which is great. But the problem for me was that it wasn't um, visually coherent. Okay, they would have guys like the famous Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, where he's like basically folded in half and his legs are going three different ways. Um, while it's cool, and it's definitely different from what had been previously occurring in comic work, it can get out of control in a hurry and can be difficult to follow visually. And so, being someone who likes to review the art, I mean, when I'm reading it, and I don't mean like critically review it, but I like to just like take a moment to see how things are being rendered and how they're being drawn. Um, it was frustrating to me as a younger reader seeing that stuff because I didn't quite understand where things were supposed to be going, what they were supposed to be doing, and so that made it difficult. So while I'm drawing this and trying not to over render it, I don't want to, you know, get to a point where this character here gets lost under the rabbit. So anyway, if you've been following, if you've been like attending some of the other streams that I've done or watched any of them, and you want to see me working on something else, I can certainly put this aside and start working on another thing. There is there's an action sequence that happens in the second issue of this story. So Dark Variance is a 6-issue miniseries comic book that I'm going to be doing campaigns for 2 issues at a time. So it'll be Dark Variance #1, Dark Variance #2, and that will be the first campaign. And the next campaign will be 3 and 4, and the last campaign will be 5 and 6. And so then I'll do another campaign, which is all of the books together as one large graphic novel. So, but the idea here is that if I can get enough interest in the first 2 issues, then it will justify, finishing it with the last 4. And so I'm really hoping that with this particular book, I can really nail it and kick it out of the park. So that's something that I've got a lot of pressure on myself because again, I've never actually drawn a comic book before. Um, I've drawn comic strips, and oops, I didn't mean to smack that. Jeez. Yeah. Dang it. You know what? I keep saying that I've drawn comic strips, but I can't ever seem to locate friggin' comic strips. So I'm actually going to do that right now since no one's actually watching at the moment, unless you comment, and then I'll know. I'm going to see if I can't find that friggin' box I had all these things in so I can give you an example of what I used to draw and what I currently draw. So let's see here. No, it's not there. All right. All right. Let's see if this is worth showing. No, no. Wait a minute. It wouldn't be there. Oh, and I'm right, it's not there. This is the part of the stream where Drew looks around his office for things that he should have looked for before he was on stream. But anyway, oh well, fine. Fine, you win again. I feel like I've got like an Ark of the Covenant full of comic strips that I just saw the other day, and I can't seem to locate them anywhere. Anyway, all right, back to this. So anyway, saw the last episode of ObiWan, which wasn't as bad as it could have been, to be perfectly honest with you. So I was a bit, kind of a mixed mind on it, because I know a lot of people thought it sucked, and to an extent, a lot of ObiWan is a stupid show, especially the Riva character. She's just not a compelling character. She's not written like a compelling character. She's pretty clearly devised to kind of fit an agenda that Disney has as far as trying to be more diverse. Which again, it's fine to there being diverse is a very having diverse characters is a goal that we should all aspire to. There's no complaints from me about that. The problem here is that they're not really interested in diverse characters as far as being like organically created characters that are amazing. Well, they're more interested in just having characters that fit visual aspects of diversity, and that doesn't really help anybody. That doesn't help. I mean, the whole point and this is going to be a bit of a rant. The whole point of diversity, actually, I might even cut this to be a separate video. All right, here it comes. Checking the timestamp. Okay, so okay, yeah. All right, so the point of diversity, the point of the reason why diversity is important is because you want to show people the power of diversity. You want to bring aspects to an environment that allow for variety and for mystery and for excitement and for the unknown to occur. And that's why you introduce characters like, say, Lando, right? Okay, Lando is a wild card in Star Wars. That's why you introduce characters like Boba Fett. He's a wild card. It's why you have Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt is a diverse character in Star Wars, and the fact that he's not a humanoid, he's a different kind of character. He's a different kind of species, but he adds to the power of the story by his totally different way of looking at things and his totally different attitude and his visual thing. So while the visual component is important, it's not the most important. It's not the defining reason why you want to have diversity. And the problem with a lot of Disney Star Wars is that they say, okay, we want this character that fits this physical characteristic and fits this physical demographic and fits this possible, and it's leaning more towards that fits a sexual orientation demographic, and they're ignoring why such characters or they're ignoring why the reason why the character exists, other than to be a paint by numbers color. So it's like, oh, in this section we're gonna have some white, in this section we're gonna have some red, in this section we're gonna have some black, in this section we're gonna have some yellow, and it's just like you're missing the point of the picture. Okay, you want you want these things to work smoothly to give you a great, beautiful image to look at, or a great story to look at and to enjoy. And when they introduce Riva and make her basically a one-note idiot character, whose motivations don't really make a lot of sense, but she's there to fit a cookie cutter thing. It's kind of like when your parents, when you're a kid and your parents want you to clean your room, right? And then you wind up shoving all your stuff under your bed because it's out of the way. And so they come in, you're like, see, the room's clean. And they're like, did you put things away? And it's like, no, you got them out of the way visually. So they'll go open the closet and none of your stuff's in the closet. Why? Because all your stuff's under the bed. So your room isn't clean. Okay. It looks like it's clean, but it's not really clean. It's not a quality cleaning job. And so are when you have these writers that are making these characters in the stories that um, ostensibly feature diversity, what they're really doing is they're kind of shoving the whole point of it under the bed so that you can say, look, I've got a picture that's diverse, and it's not authentic, and that's the real problem. And so that was my main issue with ObiWan. So as far as the last episode is concerned, it was better because in fact it featured, a pretty awesome lightsaber scene, and I'm a sucker for a good lightsaber scene, something that we did not have any of in any of the sequel trilogy. All the lightsaber scenes sucked, and it was so disappointing for that. So, but it is what it is. So, anyway, oh, Dragon Pisces is here. Hey, Dragon Pisces, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So, like I said earlier, maybe before you were here, this is the last drawing that I was working on from last week, but this time I've actually added his chair that he's sitting in and his figure. So I had mentioned that I talked to Joe Catalpano of Star Circuit fame, and he said that I wasn't sure if I had the figure right, because I was thinking maybe I'm missing the figure here. Let's see. I took my college entrance exam and aced it, to where they suggested I take advanced classes, but I'm choosing my classes tomorrow. Well, congratulations on that, and good luck to you, sir. And always choosing your classes is something that a lot of people don't really understand is very important. We get to that, but real quick, Calipano said that the figure looks fine. I just need to work on some folds for the clothing, so I am going to work on that. So, but anyway, but I'm glad to see that you're going to class, going to school, and a lot of people don't seem to realize how important it is to pace yourself with your classes that you take. I remember one summer I took like 16 hours of credits because I was trying to finish a 2-year degree to transfer to a major university in the fall, and that was challenging. So I had one summer session, which was the entire session at summer, and then I had 2 sessions. I had there was A, B, and then a C. So the B were short sessions, so like a month and a half each, and then the C session was 3 months. So that was quite a challenge. So good luck to you, and just be careful to pace yourself. It's what I would recommend. So now I'm drawing this fur here. I got to be careful because I don't want it to look too uniform. I want it to look kind of savage and all, and and definitely a bit alien and weird. So that's one of the things. It's like, oh, I'm going to draw this row, and I want to draw this row. Now it's like, no, you gotta space it out. So anyway, oh, that's looking good. My wife insists that he looks like he's on fire. I'm like, no, he's not on fire. It's just crazy fur. That's all it is. So anyway, but like I said last week, I told you that I'd be drawing a hot babe. So I have this action sequence that I'm working on, and uh, it's a 2-page sequence. I have a page here and a page here, and it happens in the second issue of the Dark Variance storyline. So I've got 2 issues that I'm working on right now. Actually, this is the part of the first issue, and Then let's see what else. So when I do a crowdfund for it, I'm going to have this issue and issue 2. So it's a 1, 2, because issue 1 is kind of the setup, and then issue 2 goes into the actual action of the story. And so I wanted to have that ready to go. So it's basically 48 pages of content across 2 floppies. And and I really, it's important for me to do the floppies because I feel like that's the way comics should be read in their native format. And I've always wanted to make something like that. So, because this is my first comic book, I've never actually done a comic book before, but hopefully I can get it put together. So we'll see. Feel free to ask any questions. Your drawing looks really cool. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say that. So I try to make it look good, but sometimes when you're not looking at it, when you look at it too long, you kind of miss. You kind of start to miss things. So I'm always worried about waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and having something look totally wrong that should not have been wrong. So like hands. I give Michael Bancroft a lot of garbage for his terrible hands because he draws terrible hands. But I've got to make sure that when I'm drawing my hands, they're on point because I will never hear the end of it if I get this book funded and it gets out and I've got stupid looking hands. I'm sure Michael Bancroft one day when I have 1,000 subscribers will give me a super chat and start roasting my terrible hands. I have no doubt that that's going to be the case. So my mission is to make sure that that does not happen. So, all right, so that's going to be the underside of the coat, and he's wearing Chucks here. So this actually is me. This character is me when I was like 18 years old. That was a long time ago. It's many moons ago. So I wanted to. Yeah, no, that's skinny me in a big lab coat. So I don't know if this character's gonna get eaten or not. I might just leave that to your imagination. A lot of people like to do cameos where someone gets eaten or something like that, and it's like I'm not the big eating kind of person, but there is going to be some eating going on in this book, so I'm going to have to come up with some characters that have to face their dooms as a smorgasbord for monsters. I do have flying alligators in this book. I also have zombie pink flamingos in this book. So there'll be a lot of craziness going on. So actually, what I ought to do? I ought to have peacocks. I ought to have some crazy peacocks. Swans. I also need swans because swans are a big deal in Orlando. There's a big lake in the center of downtown Orlando called Lake Eola, and they have boats that are swans. So I will have to do something with that as well. So there's just a lot. There's a fertile ground. There's also a Scottish pub downtown Orlando. So I'm going to have a group of characters in the book that are basically soccer hooligans. They're supporters, and they're going to feature as a subset of characters to possibly be allies for our heroes, possibly not be allies for our heroes. I keep drawing it. He's almost looking more like a Wookiee. So, is this part of your story or something original? Well, my story is original, so it is part of my story, and it is all original. So everything I'm telling you about right now is part of Dark Variance. So, and by the way, I need to take a swig of this. Today's drink is Mountain Dew Baja Gold. It's pineapple Mountain Dew, and it tastes like pineapple juice with a slight carbonation. It's actually refreshing enough to drink it. So I might actually finish this bottle tonight. Every other bottle I've tried, I have not done. I've not actually finished it. So anyway, dang it, where is that page? Is that here? No, that's not it. Is it here? No, I know where it is. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing a hot babe tonight. I promised I would draw a hot babe, and I'm going to do it And I'm going to actually kind of show a little bit of that layout. If I can find it real quick here. You know, I swear to God, one of these days, I'm actually going to get this stuff organized ahead of time. Is that in here? Son of a biscuit. So actually what I've done is I've actually done an entire layout for it. And there's this action sequence that goes on in book 2. And I'm going to start working on doing the layout for that. I was going to try to do it tonight. Do I not have that page? I'm going to be very pissed off at myself if I can't find that page. Let's see. Maybe it's on here. Is it on here? It is not. Okay, whatever. I will find the page. But that I will just kind of sketch it out real quick here. It's not like it's not in my head, right? Okay. I meant original, like separate. Oh no, you didn't offend me. You can't offend me. Are you kidding me? I have thick skin. I have maybe the thickest skin that you will find amongst artists on the internet. So that's for sure. Oh, you know what I'm going to do on this page, by the way? I'm going to draw it not upside down. All right. So see, I promise Strathmore. So that's the top. And I was supposed to be getting two sheets. Did I not get 2 sheets? Did not get 2 sheets. That is rectified now. Okay, there we go. 1 second here. All right, so this is, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna right up here at the top. So right at the top, so I know what it is. I don't mess it up. All right, so Dark Variance. Da 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 da. All right, and Dark Variance. I feel like I'm a child. I've got to actually write this stuff down. There we go. So now I will not do do it backwards. Oh, I should probably write my name. Drew Williams. All right. All right. So I'm not sure exactly what page numbers these are going to be. But anyway, so okay, so in book 2, Vindababe, and Vindababe is that character that is here. Go. I am so disorganized. Okay, all right. There you go again. All right, Vindababe. This is Vindababe. J-Bot Art, welcome. Thanks for showing up, man. No, just drawing. That's what the word is. All right, so hail back, J-Bot Art. Thank you, gentlemen, for showing up. Okay, so this character Vindababe here, all right, and on these 2 pages that I'm working on, this is totally unrelated art. All right, and you know, it's funny when you draw a little bit periodically on a regular basis, you start finding that pretty soon it looks like you got a book coming together. So it's kind of strange how that works, right? You stop procrastinating, and then boom, you've got like a comic book. So imagine that. Wow. Okay. I wonder why, you know, some of these other guys take like 2 years to draw a comic book, and it's because you don't get in a groove. I find that you need to get yourself into a groove. So this is page 1, And then I think this is, there's one, I think this is page 6. Okay, this is page 6 of Dark Variance issue 1. It's page 1 of Dark Issue Variance, or excuse me, page 1 of Dark Variance issue 1. Anyway, all right, so the reason I tell you all that stuff is because, like I was telling Dragon, I was going to draw a hot babe today. And the reason I'm drawing a hot babe is because I'm working on this particular page here. This is another full page image, right? Okay, so in this page here, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to draw. I'm not going to draw it right now because that's going to be really complicated. But Vindababe is inside of a building, okay, and so she's seeing General Safety, which is again this character, General Safety, right here. This is General Safety. Also, this also is General Safety here. General Safety, General Safety. General Safety, he's got a bow staff, and he can control physical matter by accelerating it, stopping it, and slowing it or freezing it. Okay, so and then again, Common Sense Girl here, she can sense other minds. Okay, she can like if she can see something, she can see what it sees. If she can hear something, she can hear what it hears. Right, so she has sense in that's common with something else. So anyway, in this particular sequence, what we have here is Vindabud here, right here, this guy, and also this guy. This is Vindabud. He is on top of a building, and he's getting his ass kicked, right? He is up on top of a building, and he's fighting Florida Man. He's this crazy, old school, like early 20th century Florida cracker type who is just wailing on him. He's just beating the snot out of Vindabud, right? And so these guys, these two, are down on the ground level, right, in front of the building, and they have been confronted by a bunch of Dark Variance alligators from a sewer, right? And so they decide that they're going to help up Vindabud because they know that he's in trouble. And so what Common Sense Girl does is she basically uses she connects with the alligators, right? And then General Safety takes the alligators and he flings them up to the top of the roof, right? And so meanwhile, Vindababe is stuck halfway up the building, inside the building, because she's been trying to fight her way up to the top of the tower. And at that point, she, on this page here, she is trying to hold back a bunch of zombie pink flamingos right in this panel. And she looks over her shoulder and she sees the alligators flying up, right? But they're not going to quite make it up because General Safety doesn't have the ability to get them all the way to the top, right? So she looks out the window and she sees them flying up, and then she, right in this particular part of the page, launches out of the glass. She runs out, and she runs kind of like Morpheus in the Matrix, only she's not being fired at or anything like that. It's not raining. She explodes out the window, and she creates these energy wings that she attaches to the alligators. And she grabs an alligator right here, and this is where she's going to grab it. And this page right here is going to be a one image shot of her holding an alligator as it's flying up to the top of the tower. That's what this is. And damn it, if I don't find that freaking sketch pad that I actually sketched this image out on, I'm going to be fed up with myself. Okay, so here's the thing. I haven't been able to figure out how I want to pose it. So I'm going to bring this down. So I want her to be like grabbing the tail here, right? And this is like her fist. And I'm just going over the drawing here. This is how I was sketching it out. And she's going to be, her hair's going to be flying out like this. And her cape's going to be flying out like that. And I want it to be like a super kinetic image, right? And so then I got the building up back here in the background. And this is going to be all up and down this page. So I'm trying to figure out if I want her to look like this or if I want her to look more like, let's see here. If I wanted to look more like this, where she's kind of like falling backwards and she's got the one leg out here and the other leg, and she's kind of like twisting around with her torso like that. And then the other leg is kicked out like back down here, and she's holding it on like that, and her one arm is out like this, and she's kind of like looking up like that. So I'm trying to figure out. So if you all can offer me your opinions about that, that would be cool. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna take your opinions, but I am taking into account everything. So my wife thinks that this one is more of an awkward pose, honestly, to tell you the truth. But I just don't know. I just don't know. So, but also the thing is that it's gonna have to. I want it to be where this is more. You're looking more up at her. So that's the other thing, is that you're not gonna see really much of her face here, but you're obviously gonna know who it is. So, but but then I'll have like these alligators with these, you know, gigantic wings. They almost be like dragons. They're ala dragons. That's what they are. Flying flying murder logs, you know. And she's gonna be giving them like wings like Icarus. So they're gonna be like big feathered wings, and this is gonna be a lot of fun. So anyway, so if you want to give me your opinion on that, that'd be awesome. Let's see. No comments so far. Looks like we may have lost somebody, which is fine because I was boring people. But it's a draw stream, and when I'm not really talking about what I'm doing, that can be a problem. So anyway, so what I'll do is actually I'll kind of rough it out a little bit here. So let's see. To be perfectly honest with you, I think I want to do it. I think I do want to do it this way. I think that this is the best way. You like the first pose? I'm sorry I was getting out of the car. I wasn't thinking. Don't worry about it. All right, so you like this pose, J-Bot? You think this is the best one? I think it's the most dynamic, honestly, to tell you the truth. So I want to make sure that that's the other thing, is drawing on the scale for me is kind of a new thing for me. So yeah, okay. Make this turned up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's kind of dynamic enough. So then I don't know what I want to do with her left arm though. I don't, because I have it going back out here behind her, but I don't know if I want it to do. Yeah, you know what? That's it. That's it. That's It's funny when you talk about it, you don't really think about it until you draw, and you're like, damn it, that's it. That's the one I want. So it's a happy little accident. So, but we'll see if this actually winds up. I mean, if this page turns out the way I want it to, then we'll go with this pose. But it'll be tough. My wife comes in, she goes, "It's just her boobs." I'm like, "No, babe, I can make bigger boobs than this. I promise." So, oh boy, it's good times. Yeah, I think this is just so much more visually dynamic. I don't know if you had a stream yesterday, JBot, but definitely if you have streams and I'm not paying attention, just let me know, and I'll try to make sure I get up onto them. By the way, a secret to drawing good uh, breasts, for lack of a better term, boobs, is they're like a teardrop. They're a tear shaped drop or teardrop shape. Thank you. God, man, maybe I need some more Mountain Dew. Maybe that's what I need. So, but the muscle for that supports the actual mammary gland here flows right up into the shoulder. So you can start building the arm out of it like that. So, so I wanted her to kind of be looking. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted her. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I want her to be looking up because that's where she's going. Yeah, there you go. So Vindabed can't fly, believe it or not. So that's why it's so cool for in the story that she does this. So she comes flying out the window because she is blocked from ascending the tower because there's a horde of pink flamingo zombies that are attacking her from the other side of the office door that she's locked in, or she's taken brief refuge in. So now here's the other decision: does the hand go up like this, right, or maybe does it go out like that, like down? I don't know. What's better? Is it a down hand like this better? You think like that, or is that better? See if I can zoom in on that. Or do we want to make it go up? This is a very rough hand, by the way. This looks like trash, but they get the general gist of where I'm going to go with it. Up, Pink Flamingo Zombies, keep going. Sure thing. I've just been doing drama streams whenever I did. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be up at 2:30 in the morning, J-Bot. But Pink Flamingo Zombies, keep going. Yes. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. So anyway, so this is Vinda Babe, right? On this page, and she's going to be riding an alligator. She's hitching a ride with an alligator. Yeah, there you go. Can I even? I don't know if I can even get that in frame. Hand up makes it look like she's really reaching. Yeah, no, I get you. You're right. That is correct. Anyway. For me, the joy in drawing a comic book, an actual real comic book for the first time in my life, is being able to draw large scale like this. This is something that frustrates me when I'm doing reviews of comic books, like professional comic books, and I see stuff like what Ramita does, and especially when I know that he's drawing on this scale, right? And he draws things like with faces like this, right? Hi, I'm Superman. I'm John Romita's Superman. Here are my muscles. And here are my corduroys. Here's my arm, corduroys, and hi, you know. And he draws like this. Like he draws like that. He draws garbage like that. Pisses me off. So because I know what's available for him to draw. There you go. If I wind up selling this as original art, you can like look at my John Romita mocking drawing. So, all right. Also, keep in mind when you're drawing female figures, right? You want to make sure that you take care of the subtle parts and you build it correctly. If you do not build it correctly, and by the way, when I say build it correctly, the best person I've ever seen as far as teaching this stuff is David Finch, and he's got a YouTube channel. It's totally free to watch. Go watch it. He has entire videos about how to draw women. Now, I'm not saying that this is as good as David Finch because it's not, right? In fact, I will tell you as a matter of opinion and a matter of principle that I am not the best artist. In fact, I will tell you that most other artists are better artists than me. Now, if you want to think that I'm being humble, that's up to you. But I'm just saying that I don't want, I have too much respect for people to actually do this stuff, even when I'm critiquing them. So, and I try to be fair. I mean, if you're getting paid by Big Two to draw, you better be drawing the best work you possibly can. So her boob here is a little too out there. So anyway, and we want to thin up her arm. Her shoulder is hidden by the chest. So there we go. I'm gonna bring her knee in here. So all right, so then her hair is gonna be going out like this. By the way, I've been talking about and reading World's Finest, and Dan Mora is just murdering that book. And he draws, in my opinion, the best Supergirl ever. And the way he draws her hair is just, I've never really said, I've never really fallen in love with drawings or said, oh my God, this is a hot drawing. His Supergirl is just like on an entirely other dimension of awesome. I mean, what I love about it is that he draws her spirit and her soul. When you look at her face, right, and the way like her eyes light up, you can tell that Supergirl and Dan Mora's drawings of Supergirl in his comic books, she's a real person. She's an actual real super hot chick looking at you. That's how good Dan Mora's art is. It just drives me up a wall how good it is. So, but one of the ways he does this and he achieves that is by drawing phenomenal hair, and so I have made it a point that I am going to rip off his hairstyle for my women that I'm drawing in Dark Variance because it's frigging amazing. So, but what he does is he draws chunks and he kind of layers it out, and even when you think that it's about ready to get out of control, it doesn't get out of control. It just looks even cooler. So, is that where her ear is going to be? I'm probably going to wind up moving her ear. So I don't even know if you can see this. There you go. Let's bump this up here. Angle up the camera. Okay, Dragon, I got to go. I'm home. I'm exhausted. I need a rest. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. And it always means a lot to me that you sit here and listen to me randomly, rant and ramble on drawing. Thanks a lot. Good luck with your classes tomorrow. So there you go. All right. And then the other thing when you're drawing these female characters, you want to make sure that you don't kind of like get married, no pun intended, to the way it looks, because you can easily start chipping away at this. You know, when you're drawing digitally, you can easily make things work better by just like erasing things. But anyway, but back to what I was talking about. Dan Moore's hair, the way he draws women's hair is just disgustingly good. So, but the way he does it is he like just kind of like just draws giant ribbons and he lets it kind of take on a life of its own, and he just layers it. And then he what he does, what's so genius to me is he winds up basically picking a line and saying this is the line and this is the way this hair is going to go, and he just lets it flow, and then he kind of just like does little things that accentuate it. Now Vindababe's hair is wild hair. Okay, so the character, this is Elizabeth Eastman. Her regular form is a character called Elizabeth Eastman, and her hair is long and it's very pretty, but it's not wild like this. Vindababe's hair is wild because she's a wild character. She does wild things, and she doesn't take a lot of lip from anybody about it either. She, as they say in the South, she doesn't take any sass. But she's good at delivering it. That's for damn sure. So, all right. So that's her hair. All right. All right. And then, nope. If her hair's going this way, that means that her cape has to go this way. So, do I want her cape out like this? I want her cape out like this. Oh, cape's going to have to go out like this. That's the way the cape's going to go. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, there you go. Full bleed cape off the corner. And actually, you know what? I don't want to lead. Oops. Don't want to lead. I don't want to do a tangent there. No tangents. So we're going to have it. There we go. Like that. That works. So what I was thinking about doing was having this like, you know, actually I can do it this way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll have the alligator right here, and then its tail is going to be like this, and its wings are going to be like that. Yeah, I might actually have its mouth open, but I'm going to have other alligators here going up, and then I'm going to have to break out the ruler and put the building up here. Yeah, that's gonna have to be another stream. But anyway, but here you go. What do you think about JBot? I might have to shorten her leg here. This leg needs a lot of work, that's for sure. So, but that's the form. Drawing on comic paper is fun. Later, Gator. Yes, it is. It is fun because there's like, you know, there's a tangible aspect to it. So, you know, When you're working digitally, one of the things that I find is that you you don't you don't get the story of what you're doing that you get on art. So like I just you can when I can bring this down here and I can tell you where I started trying to find the line. I can find out where I was trying to draw the line here and find the line here. When you're doing it digitally, a lot of times it's like you don't get the line you want, so you erase it, and so you can easily lose these things if you're not careful, and and that's something that I think working this way, um, you don't have to worry about so much. So, okay, so let's see if I can't get some of her face in here. This is going to be tough. Trying to find out where's her jawline. Her jawline's going to be like up here. There we go. Hair is going to be like that. There we go. By the way, while you're here, do I sound like I'm in a bathroom? Because I'm really considering upgrading my 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 audio capabilities, my mic situation here. So yeah, I think that's yeah, I'm gonna have to work on her face. Anyway, looks good. Like the style. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you. So no, I want it to be. This is going to be basically my, as an artist, my magnum opus. Having drawn for what 30 years now, this is going to be basically what I'm trying to put on this page is the best art I can possibly put down. And so that's why this process isn't going to be easy. It's going to take a while to get it, but I will get it. And once I get it nailed, it's going to be something that I want to be able to look at and be proud of. I want it to be something that people can buy in a comic shop without having known me and be happy with. And that's the most important thing I think to me. So, all right, let's see here. There's another thing I was working on. This is Zoe Brighton. So we'll bring this down a little bit. Before I start putting things on pages, I normally start trying to work on um, basically character sketches or rough studies here. So, so I'm going to have her. She's going to be wearing glasses. She's going to be looking at a monitor here. Look at that. I'm gonna have a religious person in my comic book. How about that for representation? I need to have her kind of flow down too. There we go. And I've never drawn a lab coat on a busty woman, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. That would probably be a good idea. I think that's a good look for Zoe Brighton. Sorry, I had to step away for a second. The kiddo wanted to get about. No, you got to deal with kids. I'm just some random guy on the internet. Your kids are far more important. Besides, this is recorded. You can come back and watch it later. So actually, I was thinking about maybe having kind of like you're looking at her through a screen kind of situation. That would be a cool effect. I don't even know where this panel would go, but this is just a study of the character. So I don't know if she's even gonna be this physically talented. But Zoe is she's a very smart character, and she's by far the most intelligent of as far as science is concerned of any other character in the book, uh, either good or bad. She's just a very bright. She's a bit nerdy and a bit geeky, but she's mature and she's not absent-minded. So, um, but she's not physically gifted as far as her strengths are concerned. She doesn't have physical strength or anything like that. That's outside a normal, 120 pound, maybe 110 pound woman. Um, but she uses her intelligence and her natural skills, to achieve the ends that she needs to achieve. And she is very loyal, and she's very passionate, and she does not have all the answers for any of the problems that necessarily they come up with, but she does her best, and I am very excited about this character. She's one of my favorite characters, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun writing her. And she actually, um, one of the things that I love about her is that she doesn't give up. She continues to try to come up with ways to make impossible things occur. And there are no Deus ex machinas in my book. So there are no in my story. We don't have situations where things just work because they have to work, right? Um, a lot of times, even when there's a positive outcome, there's a negative aspect of the positive outcome. There's a sacrifice involved, and that's something that is important because to me, you can't. The most important one of the most important things to me for any kind of story is having real stakes. You know, and if things are easily resolved and there's no you know that's what I'm looking for. There's no sacrifice or loss while still achieving a win, as it were. Then that can be a problem. How do women? So if you find button, put guys, put okay. So the button goes on the left side, right? Yeah, yeah. The button goes on the left side for women. Okay, for women's wear, the button's on the left side. And button loops are on the right side. So anyway, so she's got some safety glasses on right now. She does use reading glasses from time to time. I don't know. What do you think? Like her? So here you go. You got Vinda Babe and Zoe Brighton. Maybe she's not hot. She's supposed to be hot, but maybe she's just kind of cute. So, but kind of cute is kind of like what I'm looking for with Zoe. So, still finalizing her look. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix her nose. Maybe hmm, you can always the trick with drawing women is that you got to know when to quit because you can gild the lily, as it were. So you just got to be very, very careful with that. So anyway, all right. What time is it? Goodness gracious, 11:51. All right, we'll go for a little bit longer. Not too many people on the stream, which is fine. So I appreciate everybody coming by. So all right, let's go back to sweet cakes, and I'll tell you what Joe Catapano of Star Circuit recommended that I do with this page here. Not this page, not that page. This page. Here we go. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. All right. So I was asking Joe, actually, there we go. I was asking Joe about this character, whether or not the figure looked right or not. And he said that I should work on fabric. So the character is solid from a perspective of anatomy, but you want to make sure I was like work on some wrinkles for the jacket, and so to kind of bring that added texture. So that's what I was working on with this today. Let's adjust some of the light here. There we go. All right, you can see a little bit more detail. I'm starting to make this monster rabbit look kind of like a Wookiee. I don't want that. All right, more sharpening. All right, there we go. So I'll bring some of the. All right, fine. Come on, work with me. Lighting is a challenge at times. All right. I'm gonna need to do more shading in the interior here to show that there's some depth to the body, I think. I also need to do some shading back in here as well and back here as well. So we can make sure that the lighting focuses up here. Right. Let's raise this back up. This is actually my office chair. I took a picture of my office chair and drawing it. So okay, back to fur. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm thinking about maybe getting some free license free music to play in the background for when I don't feel like talking. I was thinking about today. It's like, I could have made him a lot scarier, but I wanted to retain some of that cute bunny. And to be perfectly honest with you, you can't really make a scary rabbit. Bunnies are, I think, evolutionarily designed to look non-threatening. That's what bunnies are designed to look. So even though he kind of looks a bit like a rabbit Rolf, the Muppet, um, he's still got like the fuzzy. You almost kind of want to hug him, kind of a little bit, kind of. I think I would. Some people might not, but to me, he's like a mangy little bunny rabbit that needs to go through a car wash. That's what happened. He's an overgrown bunny rabbit that went through a car wash. That's what he looks like, and naturally, he's very angry about it. Honestly, I really need to look. I don't. I've never really drawn lab coats. I really need to get some reference for lab coats to get that right. Anyway, anything else you want me to talk about? Because I can talk about a bunch of different things. I was talking about earlier having watched the last episode of ObiWan, and I mean, aside from the boring aspects of it, the lightsaber battle was great. It's fun to see uh, a Star Wars character in Disney Star Wars actually get some kind of respect, which Obi-Wan got with that lightsaber battle. So I was very happy to see that. But overall, I think Obi-Wan, the TV show, is a waste of time for everybody else involved, or everybody involved really. And I think that they could have just done better without it, honestly, to tell you the truth. And I think most people would come to that conclusion that are fair-minded about it. So Chill Hot Music lets you use their stuff for free. Just sign up at their website and you can link your YouTube with your account. Oh, I will do that. Thank you for the tip. All right, one thing I do need to fix though is this desk here. So if you're looking at this, you'll see you're like right on. You're right on at it, you know. So this being angled up is not going to cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this right now. Now, there's also some question as to how tight you want your pencils to be. For me, I like to have tight pencils, and the reason why is because if I'm gonna ink over it, I want to know where I want that line to be. So some of the artists that I see doing live stream drawing or just drawing their work on video, like Van Sciver, for example, I have yet to see Van Sciver lay down any kind of solidified pencils. That dude just like he knows what he's doing. There are issues with Ethan's art from an art critique standpoint, anatomy standpoint, but you cannot deny that he draws what he wants to draw. So he puts down what he really wants to put down, and he does it with authority. So it's fantastic to watch him do that. For me, I can't do that. So I think if Ethan were drawing this, this is what Ethan Van Sciver's pencil would look like. Boom, and then boom, and then he'd be like going down with inks. so that's how Ethan would do it. I don't work that way. So as you can see, but let's see, can I get a better focus on it? There we go. Yeah, right there. So, all right. So he has alligator toes, alligator feet, because he's part alligator. EVS is amazing to watch. Yes, he is, and that dude is on another level in the way he does not work with a wire. I am consistently impressed and amazed. So, all right, so I'm going to, I think I'm going to put that right here. Then I'm going to make that right here. Yeah, that works better. Okay. And then I think I want to, yeah, I'm going to have to sharpen this up. Sharpening, yay. Action-packed draw stream. All right. See if I can hold this yeah, see if I can hold this point. All right, I think I want to go here. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, there we go. And then that's how you do that. It's funny. I always talk to people when I was drawing when I was a kid. I was talking to people, and they would always say something like, "I can't draw a straight line." I'm like, "Neither can I." If you know an artist that says that can draw a straight line, or claims to can draw that they can draw a straight line freehand, either they are one of the top 2 percentile of artists on Earth, or they're lying. That's my opinion on that. It's funny, people always try to think the simplest thing you could possibly draw, right? and it's invariably actually very, very difficult. I mean, how many keys? 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Here's your keyboard. What I should do is I should have like a drink down here. I'm going to make sure, though, that you get your money's worth out of this page, visually speaking. So this is actually probably, well, I can't say it's the first finished page. The first page I did with the rocket is pretty much finished from a point of view of the penciling, that is. This page, actually, I still need to work up on the top. I was looking at that circle thing the other day, but opted for the sheet with a bunch of circles on them. Well, it's funny that you should mention that. So I've got this, right? And then I also have this, right? And then I also have this. And let's see, what else do I have? I got this one too. And if I want some ovals, I got some ovals. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the circles I got. But what I like about this, to be perfectly honest with you, is this affords a lot of flexibility to be able to like hold something and then just do this, right? It's basically a compass, or it's a bunch of circles in one tool, and you can even just go all the way up and down here. So it's not even just like restricted to what you have for the holes, but you've got the ability to slide up and down. So I think this costs like $4, and then on top of the fact you've got the degrees. I don't know if you can see that, but you got the degrees up here. So this is, I think, worth its weight in gold, honestly, to tell you the truth. So if you decide to pick up, if you want more flexibility with your circles, I would highly recommend picking this up. I got this at Blick Art Supplies in Savannah, Georgia. A lot of times, my wife likes to go up to Savannah for a weekend or whatnot, and so whenever we go there, we always make sure that we go to Blick Art Supplies because if you're not familiar, Savannah College of Art and Design is in Savannah, and they've got just a primo art store there. It's not something you usually see physically that has such a variety of different artistic tools. It's not just a craft store; it's a full-on balls to the wall art store. So highly recommend it. All right, so you said, let's see, what did you say here? Drink tipping off of the desk. Good call. Let's do a drink tipping off the desk. Dun dun dun! Super tight close up. See how sloppy my penciling is. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we could we could do this. This is what I think we need to do. We need to do a Yeti. This is as the kids say, this is a bougie a bougie hipster guy. Son of a biscuit. Can you just stay? Would you mind staying, please? Boom. Ah, stay. Now, let me get a reference here for Yeti. Yeti tumbler. Images. All right, let's do this one. So that's what we're gonna do. And why do I have a freaking flashlight on? Okay. All right. So this goes. Okay. So if you're not familiar with Yeti tumblers, they are stupidly expensive vacuum um, molded. I think that's what they call them. Vacuum sealed. They've got double walls. They're famous for being able to retain temperatures of beverages that you have, but they're ridiculously expensive. Like this tumbler that I'm drawing here will set you back about $40. So it's totally over the top, and it's something. And also, we're gonna have a straw here because naturally. So here we go. I think that's good. So we will go. We should probably get rid of the fur. Boots with the fur, right? All right. There you go. We have your tipping over Yeti. Make it a Fetty. Because you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. Actually, first I'm going to fix the drawing. By the way, I think we were talking once on a live stream. We were talking about drawing on an angle versus drawing like straight on a flat desk, and I realize why you. I found there's an actual reason to draw on an angle besides comfort or whatnot. If you draw on an angle like this, the tilt of the art is going to be coming up at you. So if you're drawing flat out, you tend to um, to lose perspective on the image. And so when you actually have it tilted up at an angle that meets your face, then you actually have less of a chance to getting a distorted drawing, especially of faces. And it's something that I learned as a happy mistake, actually just the other day. I was like, wait a second, that's why that. Okay, after 30 years, it finally clicked with me. No one said that artists were the smartest. If you're the smartest artist, that's not really an achievement. Okay, all right. So I am going to do something with this. Let me stick that there. I'm going to need to sharpen up the pencil again. All right. See, nice fine point. All right, we are going to let's. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Okay. This is not a Yeti. You know what this is? This is if I can keep this pencil line. This is a SETI. That's what this is. This is a SETI. If you're not familiar, SETI is a it's a program for searching for extraterrestrial life or intelligence. Search for extraterrestrial intelligence is what SETI is. It's a real thing. So he's drinking out of a SETI. The Jack Smith, hello, sir. Thank you very much for showing up. Appreciate it. So, hail, if you're into the hail thing. If you're not into the hail thing, well, hello. So, today we are working on my book, Dark Variance, and this is a reveal page of the first Dark Variant. So, Dark Variance is a science fiction superhero action adventure with a little bit of comedy and drama in it. So my favorite kind of thing, kind of like Back to the Future. So in fact, if I can hit the tone of Back to the Future, that would be brilliant. So who else we got here? Yo, the Jack Smith. There you go. So I was working on this Sweet Cakes. He's a bunny rabbit that has been dark varianced into a B-movie monster, which is like an alligator. So he's got like alligator feet, and he's very huge, as you can see. And he has startled our lab assistant here because he just he was a cute bunny just a minute ago in the story. He was a cute tiny little bunny. Now he's a big monster, and he might be looking for second breakfast here. So I don't know, but in the meantime, we had to draw a desk here, and so I think part of the fun part of good movies is when you have small little details that are funny, and because they add just so much more. I think that's what I'm looking for. Life to the image, like real life kind of stuff, and drawing a SETI mug here falling off is JBot's assisting the contribution to the story. So anyway, but that looks like something from my nightmares. Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like that. So I don't think you've come by here, Jackson. So thanks for coming by. So this is a comic book. Like I said, it's called Dark Variance. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to write up here the title of the book. So this page is actually upside down. This is pretty terrible. So, but it's Dark Variance, spelled like so. Okay, so Dark Variance. And ta-da! And this is a dark variant. So dark variance is what happens when dark matter is exposed to physical things like buildings or people or animals or different types of creatures. And usually it basically crosses them with some other thing in the vicinity. And in this case, there is a B monster movie playing on somebody's personal little laptop screen or something like that. And there's a dark variance or dark matter exposure, and the dark matter makes its way through the B movie monster to Sweet Cakes here and turns them into this gigantic rabbit that has, alligator aspects like these alligator feet here. And so the whole point of this character is he's not really an important character in the book. This monster bunny. It's just he's part of the he's kind of a bookending character, to be perfectly honest with you. But he shows you what dark matter can do. And so this is the last page of the prologue, So I've got about a 6-page prologue, and this is the last reveal before we cut to the titles of the book. And we were trying to find out something funny to do here. We thought we'd put a drink spilling off the desk, and it's a SETI mug, not a Yeti mug. Which I'm sorry, I find that hilarious. I find that really funny. So I'm going to make a point of making that legible in the book. So when this book actually, if this book actually ever sees the light of day and gets published or crowdfunded, I will make sure that SETI thing. I wonder if I could actually. That would be a fun perk in a campaign to make SETI mugs. So I don't know. They're government, so I don't know if you can do that. I don't know. Are they government? They might not be government. They might be some private organ. I'm pretty sure it's a government thing. SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. So, not Yeti. Goodness gracious. I would hate to wake up in the middle of the night and see that at the foot of my bed. Yeah, I think most people would. And yes, this is my first time here. I have to say it's nice to be here. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. If you like and subscribe, I'll appreciate that too. If you have a channel, I will like and subscribe to your channel because I'm the kind of guy that does that. So I will go back and I will take a look at, I will follow back people because I think that's only fair. So especially because I'm very happy when people decide to, patronize my humble channel. All right, I don't know who's here. I only got one viewer showing up. So this is pretty much done as far as penciling is concerned, I think. I think I might, well, no. Yeah, I might do a little bit of a flooring kind of situation down here. But I think I'm going to do some rubble up here, kind of like falling around them. Yeah, that's what I'll need. That'll be the end of that one. But God, this is, it's so, well, actually, I'm going to put some detail on his lab coat. Drawing a comic book is this the first time I've ever drawn one, and it's fun. It's therapeutic. Drawing on a big page like this is something that I've never really had an opportunity to do before. So I'm glad that I'm working on it, and I'm glad that you guys are hanging out with me while I do it. And I try to make this stream interactive, so we can come up with ideas that we all think are funny and hilarious. I think I'm gonna have like a cable here. There we go. All right, so how are you going to ink the book? Okay, so I'll show you how I'm going to ink the book. I'm going to ink the book just like this. Let's see here. I'm going to traditionally ink the book to answer your question. All right. All righty. So this is a light table or a light board. And this plugs in here. See if I can get it plugged in. Find a spare outlet. They seem to be hard to find right now. I'm going to drop this, switch this. There we go. Awesome. Okay. And then my other page. So you can't see this very well here, but this is how I'm going to ink the book. So I'm going to take a basically virgin page here. Actually, it's kind of hard to see because I got light bearing down on it. Let's see if I can just take off the light here real quick. Turn off. There you go. So I'm just going to come over with handy dandy Copics, and I'm just going to ink directly over it. And that's how I'm going to ink the book. So I will have clean inks, and then I will have clean pencils. So I won't destroy any of the pencils. In fact, actually, this lined up already. All right, it is lined up. All right, cool. I could actually just start inking right now. Haha, how about that? Let's do that. Let's ink the study mug. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's slide this over a little bit. Let's bring this down a little bit. All right. Make sure we got this page perfectly tied down. All right, good. Yeah. Okay, so what is this? This is a 0.1. Let me get the right Copic. That'd be smart. That'd be a good idea. 0.03. You can tell I wasn't planning on inking tonight. It's a brush. Let's see. This is 0.05 as a candidate. And another brush. Let's try the 0.05. And that's how we're going to ink it. Maybe put a, yeah, no, obviously. I'll be doing that. I'm just kind of doing it on the fly here. So there you have it. That's the very first inking of Dark Variance. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let's see what it looks like with the light on, right? Okay, so oh boy, turn that off. That over here. And this back on. There you go. Actually, so how did it turn out? Did I like it? It could be sharper. All right. That's about it. I don't think there's anything else you can do for the bug. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to put SETI in here. Let's see if I can't do that right here. Let's zoom that in. Actually, I'm gonna go get my glasses. That'd probably be a good idea. You know what? I bet you I left my actual reading glasses upstairs. Better idea. Phone. All right. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. Right, so let's see, can I do this? You know what? I think I'm actually gonna do a pencil on that one before I actually lay down the ink. Let's see, where's my mechanical pencil? Where did that go? You know, I'm really committed to the SETI bit because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Okay. Not my pencil. Not my pencil. Here it is. All right, take two. All right, that works. So let's come in with the inks. Here we go. First inside joke. Not bad. So for freehand, that's actually pretty dang good. So anyway, all right. So that's the SETI mug. Oh, I'm super excited about that. I am more excited than I have any right to be. All right, so okay, let's adjust. SETI cups are truly out of this world. You know what? That's exactly right. All right, so for those who are just joining, the other person, this is the first inking of Dark Variance right here, the SETI mug. I think it's fitting. And no, you might think that that's rough, zoomed in like that, but you're not going to think it's rough when it's like 25% this size in print. But the SETI mug will still be there. In fact, I think I should have SETI mugs around there very often or more often. So anyway, all right, so that's the stream for tonight. So we have again sweet cakes and the unnamed lab assistant person And then we also have some Vinda Babe here. So it's some of her hair. There you go. And so that's that we're blocking this page off at this point. And then that's pretty much it. Again, we'll revisit page 1 of Dark Variance. So this is an Atlas rocket. I'm pretty sure this is an Atlas rocket. Pretty sure. No, is it an Ares? It might be an Ares. Anyway, I can't believe I can't remember the name of the stupid rocket. Anyway, this is a rocket launching Voyager. And this is Voyager 1. Okay, and this is Earth. And this is Voyager 1 flying through the outer planets of the solar system. And it encounters dark matter. And then that dark matter gets sent back to Earth and the intervening couple of pages. And then there is an accident, and it turns a sweet little bunny into this. And that's where we are. So I'm working on the 6-page prologue of Dark Variance. Actually, you know, I was thinking, what would I need to do before I actually launched a mailing list? And I just realized that I think probably what I can do is I can finish the first 6 pages, the prologue of issue 1, and I think that will be good enough to actually put a mailing list out, because that will have a better idea as to how long it's going to take me to finish it. So I want to have the campaign getting ready to launch when I've got all of the line work done for both issues. So, but anyway, I don't know. You think you'd buy a comic book with this art? Is this good enough art for a comic book? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Some people will probably say that it sucks. I will tell them, yeah, you're right. Other people might think it's awesome, and to those, I'm eternally grateful. So, but anyway, let's see here. Yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm on Twitter at ASW Comics, and of course, you can email me at aswcomics@gmail.com. But anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me, and I will probably have a review of a comic up tomorrow, and I'll be doing another draw stream definitely next Wednesday, if not before, and we'll see where it goes. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and you have a good night. Take care.